Guys, we are set for the finals of IPL, and I welcome Kunal and Prateek for maybe the second or third last time to cover this IPL. But the IPL is coming to an end, and we have AR Rahman and Ranveer Singh coming for the closing ceremony, guys.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
going to be Sanju Samson versus Hardik Pandya. It's going to be Sangakkara versus Ashish Nehra. It's going to be Rashid Khan versus Yuzi Chahal, and it's going to be a great battle. Bolt versus Lockie Ferguson, if Lockie Ferguson plays. But
Yeah.
I think
yeah,
definitely
overall,
Lockie Ferguson has to play.
Lockie,
It's a big match.
yeah,
Lockie is
man.
not playing.
भाई इतना
Yeah.
बाउंस में भी अगर पिच में इतना बाउंस है और तुम लॉकी फर्ग्यूसन को नहीं खिला रहे हो तो आई थिंक दैट्स अ मिस्टेक बट दे आर ट्रस्टिंग अल्जारी जोसेफ तो दैट्स गुड बिकॉज
Yeah, but
ही इज आल्सो
Algari
bowling
Joseph only bowled 2 overs in the last match, so I definitely think Lockie Ferguson will play. And Rajasthan don't need to change anything, probably.
I would still like to
Probably.
see Jimmy Nisham come, but yeah. But before we, let's start from the start. What a match today. I know people will say it was one-sided, but yeah, man, as an RR fan, I could not have asked for a better match because at one point of time, it was looking when Maxwell was batting with DK to come.
Yeah.
It was looking
Maxwell
like
was hitting the ball
RCB.
very well.
Yeah, RCB will reach 180, and they were
Yeah.
15 overs, 123 for two, I think, or three. And at that time, I felt that RCB will cruise to 175 or 180.
Yeah.
Considering the
I think
bigger
175 would have been
boundaries,
a par. 175 would have been par. Kolkata mein maybe 200 ka pitch tha, but here 175 would have been very good score.
yeah,
Maybe they did not need that many runs. But yeah, RCB had an opportunity to do well. Even though the start was slow, Rajat Patida and Maxwell were slowly had built up well. RCB had an opportunity, but yeah, they are very, very highly dependent on DK. So yeah.
So everyone, all the team's big players are playing well in the final match. Like I mean, KL Rahul's knock was slow, but at least he posted a big score. Shreyas Iyer tried his best, in that match.
yeah, he
But
he
why
posted a
does half
losing
and
score.
Kohli fails to deliver? Like especially Kohli. I mean,
They are done, bro.
last three
Because they're done. Time खत्म हो गया उनका.
I think it was a difficult pitch to bat first. Certainly, finals maybe. First of all, Sanju Samson winning the toss finally, and he has lost 13 tosses in 16 matches, and finally he won
Even
a
Sanju
toss, and he
Samson must have
chose.
been surprised. Lol.
Yeah, he chose the right thing to field because batting was not that easy with the bounce in the first innings, but gradually. And I think Josh Butler did a very good calculation. It was very intelligent batting actually, because if you notice, scoring in power play was easy because of the big boundaries and the bounce that was coming. So he maximized the power play and scored most of the runs in the power play. And after the power play, the equation was just 97 runs were needed in uh, 15 or 14 overs. I think 92 were needed. So they could, that allowed the time to play out Hasaranga. They did not have to take any risk. And after that, Sanju Samson played a crucial knock again. I feel, even though it's not a big knock, but he again made sure that the balls were more than the runs required, and they can easily take their time. And after that, I was surprised Josh Butler finally took on Hasaranga and deposited him for 2 sixes
back to
and
back.
finished the match with a grand century, fourth century, and 824 runs in the season. It has been just amazing by Josh the boss, and I'm glad that he came out like the boss and not the KL that he was
KL
last
style.
match.
Man,
It's
like yeah, my
just a
prediction
one-off
came true.
game.
Like पूरा second phase में Joss का bat शांत था, but I was like, yeah, अभी law of averages के हिसाब से Joss playoffs में फोड़ेगा and back to back amazing knocks.
Yeah,
And
I think that
Joss is
end of the knock in the last match really gave him a lot of confidence because he was low on confidence. And last में जो उसने GT के bowling को attack किया था in the last 5 overs, he got some luck. That gave him a lot of confidence and help. But I would just like to understand the RCB point of view now that we don't have any RCB supporters among us, or maybe we have, I don't know, but but RCB again, they had a great season. They needed some help from Mumbai Indians to qualify for the playoffs. What will be the
yeah.
feelings in RCB? As I would just like to understand that.
I think, yeah, their fans must be disappointed because last three times when their exit of the IPL was very similar. They could not post a good total. So in 2020, they only made 131 runs, and SRH was able to chase that. Kohli only made 6 runs in that. Then last year, again against KKR, they only made 138 runs, again very below par score. And today, again, we talked about 175, 180. They could have reached there, but again 157 below par score, and Kohli again not contributing. So I think they should make
Yeah,
Rajat
Yeah,
their captain in the next series, next season, and go from there.
and RCB have blown hot and cold throughout the season. They've not played convincingly, that you could have said that, yeah, this is a team should go to the finals. They have a fighting chance.
RCB is
Yeah,
an
they had a new
example. Like
team.
they are
Yeah, they
same
had a
level as
new
Punjab
team.
and KKR, but just were lucky enough to qualify. That's it.
Yeah, they were a new team, new captain, new setup. They took some time. I mean, they have groomed some really good players now. I mean, they have some really good players. They had an absolutely amazing bowling after a long, long time. But the team still needs work. They need to make some changes. Maybe
yeah, I
Faf or Kohli,
agree
one of
with
them has to go.
Kunal. Like this RCB bowling was easily the best bowling attack they had, except for Siraj. I think there were no weak links in this bowling attack, and the triple H. I am calling them the triple H of RCB. That is Hasaranga, Hazelwood, and Harshal
Harsh,
Patel.
Harshal Patel.
These three, like the way they defended against Lucknow, even though KL Rahul literally gifted them the match, but they have been excellent, and that has been the hallmark of this year's RCB, not the batting or it's been the bowling. And Hasaranga is now the purple cap holder. He has taken 26 wickets, and Chahal has also taken 26 wickets, but based on economy rate, he has been given the purple cap for now. Chahal has one more match. But yeah, it was good
But
season for RCB. They needed some luck. They needed some innings from DK. Top three did not contribute much. And Faf being a big match player, I expected he's averaging 75 in playoffs, and I expected him to come good in one of the matches, but that didn't happen, I guess, for RCB.
yeah, it's such a high
But
intensity tournament.
Do
I think
you?
you have to have very good batting and bowling both. And RCB's batting, because of their top three, hasn't been there, and they don't have any explosive opener. That's the problem. Both Faf and Virat likes to anchor the innings. Rest of the teams, at least one opener tries to score some runs in the power play. So
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and
why I made a
considering
video on Anuj Rawat. Actually, I felt that Anuj Rawat should have continued opening, and he was playing well actually. But yeah, Rajat Patidar played well in the playoffs. But yeah, I think Anuj Rawat, he deserved
I
a
think
chance to
Patidar is a very
continue.
good game. Like even today, he showed. Yeah, again,
yeah,
he's a
Yeah,
little
that
bit
has been
lucky,
good.
but yeah, the guy is very talented, and he can
And
score big.
considering a player like Faf who does not play T20 cricket anymore, I mean, internationally, do you guys see him coming as back as captain even now? It'll be interesting to see how RCB makes changes now
I think
because
yes, because he had a good result for the franchisee. Finishing third is not a bad result at all. And if they had Hazelwood in the earlier stage of the season, I think uh,
yeah,
maybe
things would have
David
been
Willey was
different.
also doing a good job. But maybe if Hazelwood is the number one T20 fast bowler, and they had the number one T20 spinner already, and if
Yeah,
they could have had Hazelwood earlier, I think maybe they could have won one or two matches and got that top two spot. But I think Faf will continue to captain them. I think definitely he will be given more than one season, and especially he did not do that bad in this season. So
yeah.
yeah, I
Unfortunately
expect
for
him back.
RCB, I think Faf will. I mean, if they elected him the captain, they must have thought about it.
Unfortunately. Okay.
So yeah, because they need a firepower at the top. They have good finisher, middle order player Maxwell, good finisher DK, and then really good bowlers. All that is missing a fired up opener, and they don't have that. So
I think Maxwell should be given chance at number three. That is one more change that they should look to.
yeah,
Maxwell should be given more. Last season, I think they tried that, giving Maxwell the number three role, and it
And he
was
did well.
working.
Yeah.
He did well actually, and I don't know why this season again they changed him to number four or number five. So yeah, and
but now
Maxwell is
Patidar is
definitely the
successful at number three, so I don't think they will change this combination again.
yeah. And Maxwell can be a future captaincy candidate for RCB. I have seen him in the huddle. He's the one who's always talking and always motivating. And he's such a nice guy. I mean, today he was applauding Joss Butler after when Joss was celebrating his century.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I want to just mention from RR point of view, the guy who is playing his first season, his mother is not well in West Indies. Obed McCoy, he's really nervous guy. I mean, he's not very cool under the pressure, especially after what Rovman Powell did to him. He was dropped for 5 matches and again brought back, and he was crucial today. I mean, RR normally get wickets from spinners, 3 wickets, but today it was Prasidh Krishna coming back after getting smashed by Miller and taking that important wicket of Kohli first up with the bounce, and then it was all Obed McCoy show. I mean, brilliant bowling by the youngster. And Kunal, if you remember, after the auctions, I told you I like Obed McCoy a lot. I've seen him bowl in the CPL.
He was.
He's a. But I
I mean,
didn't
he
know
was
that
good,
he will.
pretty good at the death as well.
Yeah, I didn't know he will do that well in the big stage because this is IPL and this being his first season. But hats off to the Caribbean guy for bowling well.
Yeah. I think for me, man of the match was Prasidh Krishna until Joss reached 100. At one point, I was thinking Prasidh Krishna would be the man
that
of the
Yorker
match
he bowled to Hasaranga, man. What a Yorker! The stumps.
Yeah, man.
Miller को ऐसा क्यों नहीं डाला यार? उसने Miller को length ball डाल रहा था, पता नहीं क्यों.
Yeah.
He's not a 20th over bowler.
Again, what a comeback today. 22 runs in 4 overs and 3 wickets. Amazing. And McCoy 23 for 3. Oh, they nailed it.
Yeah. And only 30 runs were considered, 33 runs in
I was
the
very
last
surprised
5
though.
overs.
Chahal had a bad day. I thought Chahal is a big match player, but aaj pura flop tha Chahal.
I was expecting a lot from Chahal today. Thinking that's a big ground, Chahal would have, probably did his magic and got some wickets. But he was disappointing.
Got Maxwell caught at the deep. I think that was, but yeah, middle overs, I think they played really well. So they scored around 80 runs in the 9 overs, the middle overs. But it was the death over that really cost RCB, and also the slow start, as you mentioned.
They had no answer to McCoy's change of pace. Like how DK was dumbfounded today when he tried to hit a big shot. It was very good.
DK thought it was Wankhede, I think. He thought he will clear the boundary. But
like पूरा position में आके ऐसा shot खेला and देखा ball गया ही नहीं कहीं.
But it actually feels good, right, to see such a big stadium packed with people. People playing in front of a huge crowd, and we are getting a huge IPL final with a big closing ceremony as well. Yeah, looking forward to the finals.
That's what Joss Butler was actually talking about in the presentation. That he said this is what IPL is all about. We have been playing in the empty stadiums, and even with the RCB chants. I mean, hats off to that guy for acknowledging the crowd, and amazing show today by Joss.
The teams who were leading in the after first 7 matches are actually playing the finals. I don't know if this has ever happened before. Such a fitting result for the team. If you remember, GT and RR were at the top 2 after 7 matches in the half of the league stage. So I don't think this has ever happened, because we always see top teams going down, teams coming from bottom. But this time, the teams who were doing well from the beginning are actually playing the finals.
Actually, halfway stage, mein GT and SRH were top 2, but SRH collapsed big time after that. And but
I think one time RR was second and GT was first. I clearly remember, maybe 7th or 8th.
It was before the half of the tournament. RR had a good start to the tournament. Then they fell off. Then they came back again to win the last 3 matches. 3 out of 4 matches.
Maybe at 5 match mark. Yeah. Maybe at 5 or 6 match mark.
And let's talk about our favorite topic now, KL Rahul. Anyone wants to start talking about him? This is our weekly bashing of KL Rahul. So let's talk about the Lucknow and the game between Lucknow and RCB. RCB, obviously, first of all, Lucknow did such blunders. I could not believe. They dropped Jason Holder. From their playing 11, who played all the matches throughout the IPL, and was one of the best death bowlers as well as one of the best finishers for them. And then they chose to bat second. They have won 7 out of 9 matches batting first, but they chose to bat second for some reason. And after that, RCB posted, obviously without Holder, the bowling was not that strong, and
And
except for
obviously they
Mohsin Khan,
missed a lot of chances. I mean, Patidar ka
yeah.
century was brilliant, but yeah, there were many chances. Yeah.
पाटीदार ने तो धागा ही खोल दिया पूरा उस दिन, और क्या इनिंग्स था.
And they just could not do anything in the death overs, man. Like, who goes for 84 in the 5 overs? Wow, that was...
Yeah, amazing. And the way Patidar attacked in the power play, Krunal Pandya जब आया तो उसको जैसे अटैक किया पावर प्ले में, and later he took on Bishnoi. That was the most shocking thing. Like, he targeted Bishnoi, and he's really good against spin. Today also he was targeting Chahal. So yeah, man, Patidar is good. And then came the chase of 207, and KL Rahul again playing dot balls to Shehbaz and everyone else, and 78 of 16, a 200 plus chase.
I mean, Lucknow is probably one of those teams you will still give them a chance of chasing that big score, but I mean, KL ko jaldi out hona tha.
Yeah, I mean,
they chased,
that remains an issue for them. I mean, with the KL, I mean, it's been going around too
against,
much.
They chased 200 plus against CSK, which was because of Evan Lewis and Bardoni and Krunal Pandya, Hooda, all of these. But now I have a list of players. For Punjab, it was Maxwell, Puran, Miller, I think, for one season, and a lot of other players, Jimmy Nisham. So these Markram also. So these players never got the potential because KL Rahul's selfish nature of batting in a T20 innings. I mean, it's a very good approach for a one day or a test knock, but because of this selfish nature of batting the whole innings, these people came at the death of the innings with no rhythm, at the death of the tournament with no batting time, and these people could not perform because they never had the rhythm. I mean, Lewis ko to फर्स्ट हाफ ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट के बाद बैटिंग ही नहीं मिला उसको.
भाई वो
लास्ट मैच
ओपनर है,
एंड वोरा को भी बैटिंग नहीं मिला.
ड्रॉप किया है तो लुइस को उसकी पोजीशन पे तो खिलाओ नंबर 3 पे. वो आई मीन ओपनिंग है नंबर 3 पे, वो टॉप ऑर्डर का बैट्समैन है. उसको बोल दिया ठीक है मैंने तो सारी बॉलें वेस्ट कर दी, अब जाके 30 रन बना दे 9 बॉल में.
Exactly. And this used to happen with Maxwell in Punjab, with Puran in Punjab. I mean, this has been the regular pattern of KL Rahul's team. One man dependency. जब वो जिता देता है तो लगता है हाँ KL राहुल ही है जो जिता सकता है, और कोई नहीं जिता सकता इस टीम में. कोई नहीं जिता सकता भाई, क्योंकि किसी को पोटेंशियल तुम फुलफिल ही नहीं करने दे रहे हो अपना. कोई प्रैक्टिस ही नहीं कर पा रहा है बैटिंग, क्योंकि तुम अकेले ही पूरा टूर्नामेंट खेल रहे हो. तुम और मयंक अग्रवाल 200 रन का पार्टनरशिप कर रहे हो, तुम और क्यूडी के आके 200 रन का पार्टनरशिप कर रहे हो. तो nobody else is getting the time to bat.
Anchor wise you can't justify his innings. मतलब 79 बनाया 58 बॉल्स में, मतलब 80 रन वो अकेला बना रहा है 60 बॉल्स में, तो बाकी 60 में 110 बनाए बाकी लोग, जिनको आप वैसे भी सेटल होने का भी टाइम नहीं दे रहे हो. तो बहुत बेकार.
उसके पहले वाला नॉक भी
इतना स्किल्ड प्लेयर है, ही इज लाइक सच अ गुड प्लेयर इन एनी फॉर्मेट, बट इतना उसका अप्रोच बिल्कुल बेकार है यार केएल राहुल का.
Yeah, and now he's our captain for the South Africa series. I feel scared, guys. What will happen now? Let's see.
Bhai, India is gone.
As if we are sending the message, yes, you have to stay there. Now you're the captain. पूरे दूसरे साइड खड़े रहने.
Oh man.
भाई क्यूटी के ने भी उनको बचा लिया था वो मैच में भी एक्चुअली. मतलब उसने जो outrageous innings खेल दिया था 140 का, नहीं तो I don't think KKR would have chased that down quite easy अगर 190 180 होता. But it was only the brilliance of QDK that got them to 210 that day.
But guy like Gambhir, he would have been brutally honest with KL, man. So I hope KL will change his approach in the one day series. I mean in the series against South Africa.
Yeah, I think he should change it for the better of Indian team, and with T20 World Cup coming up. By the way, there is one amazing Sanju Samson stat that I got to know today. First 10 balls में highest strike rate, 229 का strike rate है Sanju Samson, and that is highest in this IPL. So he gets off the block very fast, and I want a player like that in my team, in any team, I think. So I think Josh Butler has been the main attraction, but he has got very good support. Whenever he needed time to play out the overs, he got someone from the other end. It was Padikkal or Jaiswal or Sanju Samson or Hitmaier always coming up. But yeah,
Yeah,
RR's
Jaiswal played a
batting,
very good note today. Yeah.
yeah. He gave a first over ka start was very important. I think the first over momentum, because that could have shifted the match, and 16 runs in the first over itself to
Yeah.
Siraj. I think that deflated the RCB attack a little bit. But tactical errors by Lucknow, dropping Holder, and
Definitely.
I didn't understand. या फिर स्टॉइनिस को ही भेज देते ऊपर, बट वोरा को खिलाया, वो उसने भी बैटिंग नहीं किया था एंड उसको नंबर 3 पे भेजा. So Lucknow, I think the team which deserved to be in the final, which was one of the dream teams of this IPL, a dream squad
Man,
selected
I
in the
feel bad
auctions.
for guys like Mohsin Khan. Kya bowling kiya, man, still not in the finals.
Even in that match, he bowled 4 overs 25 for 1. That
Yeah.
was amazing.
I think he's my favorite uncapped bowler this season. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be the emerging player of the tournament. He or Umran Malik, either of the two will be the emerging player. But let's see now. Definitely, we are going to preview the finals. By the way, GT and RR के match के बारे में भी हम लोग ने discuss नहीं किया. I mean, what a chase! GT has chased 7 out of 8, and that was such a brilliant chase anchored by Hardik Pandya and executed by David Miller. David Miller has found his old mojo now that he's not part of Punjab or any of this. RR में भी उसको काफी waste किया. मतलब he was not clear about the role. Now he has been given that role, and
And RR used to
Wade
frequently drop him. मुझे याद है एक सीजन
Yeah.
में फर्स्ट मैच में डेविड मिलर रन आउट हुआ था, रन आउट, बट RR still dropped him. So
yeah, and they
justified
didn't
reason.
even give much chance to Evan Lewis, I think. But
Actually, RR versus GT match was very close until Miller just came into his zone and decided I will finish the match. You know, कभी-कभी होता है, जब हमको याद है धोनी के beginning of his career में वो डिसाइड कर लेता था मैच फिनिश करेगा तो मैच फिनिश करके आता था. वैसे टाइप का एटीट्यूड दिखा मिलर का बहुत टाइम बाद. So it was great to
one
see. Like
tactical
एक टाइम पे
mistake
I
there
think
by
हार्दिक was playing better and Miller started very slow, but उसके बाद I think last 30-40 रन सब मिलर ने स्कोर किए.
one tactical mistake by Sanju to give 19th over to McCoy instead of giving it to Prasidh, because Prasidh is not the 20th over bowler. McCoy bowled a good 19th over still, but yeah, killer Miller. You know, if it's in the V, it's in the tree. If it's in the arc, it's out of the park. So that's killer Miller.
Yeah, this is like a 6-year-old dialogue from Miller. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
तो चहल को 6
the
मारा
match,
था मिलर ने, क्या गया था
the
वो.
match where he destroyed RCB. याद है जो कोहली के बॉल पे मुंह पे लग गया था बॉल जब उसने ड्रॉप किया था, और उसके बाद जो उसने 100 मार दिया था पंजाब के लिए 2013 सीजन. आई थिंक मैं और प्रतीक वो वाले मैच में देख रहे थे. कौन सा मैच था वो? आदित्य मैच में.
उस टाइम पे यार मिलर बहुत बड़े सिक्सेस मारता था.
यार,
He saw those things again.
उस टाइम बात था. आई थिंक इसने धर्मशाला में भी एक बार ग्राउंड आउट क्लियर कर दिया था. आई रिमेंबर उस सीजन में
चहल को जो 6 मारा अभी, और जो लास्ट विनिंग 6 था वो भी लाइक जस्ट बैट से हटते ही वो साइमन डोल चिल्लाने लगा था, कौन, इट्स डन.
बट जीटी का चेस का अप्रोच ये है कि देख साहा तो एंड मतलब वेड, दे गो ऑल आउट इन द पावर प्ले. ऐसा नहीं कि विकेट्स बचाना है, सिर्फ गिल थोड़ा विकेट्स बचाने का कोशिश करता है, बट द रेस्ट ऑफ द गाइज दे रियली गेट अ मूव ऑन. एंड मिडिल ओवर्स में भी दे डोंट ट्राई टू, उनको पता है राशिद खान आने वाला है, उनको पता है तेवटिया है, तो they don't try to play conservatively. That's why they're able to
कभी
chase,
मैंने
because
देखा
they have the
हार्दिक
faith.
पांड्या कभी-कभी स्टक हो जाता है when they're batting first especially. तो जीटी का I think chasing ही advantage है unfortunately, even though they were the first team जो ऐसा नहीं, I think राजस्थान was the first team, sorry, जो बैटिंग फर्स्ट करके डिफेंड कर पा रहे थे. जीटी ने भी जीते हैं काफी मैच, बट
Rajasthan and Lucknow have won majority of their matches defending. And RCB also.
कमेंटेटर्स बोल रहे थे आईपीएल फाइनल में 9 times बैटिंग फर्स्ट टीम जीती and 5 times बैटिंग सेकंड. डू यू थिंक स्टिल एनीवन वुड बैट फर्स्ट आफ्टर विनिंग द टॉस?
No. After seeing this pitch today, I think definitely both the teams will like to
chase first.
GT तो वैसे भी chase specialists है, and they would prefer to chase. And RR will definitely, if they win the toss, if they get lucky for the kitna fourth time or third time?
Fourth time,
Third
just
time if they get
fourth time.
lucky. Fourth time
Yeah.
if they get lucky, so they will also like to chase.
Yeah.
But it's been
Maybe
an
Hetmar
incredible
may.
IPL and playoffs. By the way, Rashid Khan को 25 crore दे दो यार. भाई 4 over 15 run in qualifiers, and
Yeah.
you know, he can always do the job with the bat. So he's just amazing.
By the way, यहाँ पे ड्यू है या नहीं है अहमदाबाद में? अहमदाबाद में ड्यू का फैक्टर ज्यादा नहीं है ना?
Due नहीं
I
है.
think
I
अभी तक
think
तो
there
नहीं
is
आया.
no due. Due तो नहीं है, but boundaries are big. There is good bounce on the pitch, and you know, first innings में थोड़ा sticky है, double paced है wicket, and so toss will be crucial, I think, in Ahmedabad. 11 times, I think the team chasing has won in 18 matches. So that's a good stat.
Yeah, but again,
But,
if you win, if you lose the toss, you're batting first. Still, if you can make 180 in the final, I think that will be a very good score,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it will be hard
Final
for
में
any team to
scoreboard
beat.
pressure.
Yeah.
Scoreboard pressure counts in the final.
Scoreboard pressure
180
counts,
is
but both teams have really good finishers, so it's going to be interesting.
Who is
I
the
mean,
finisher for
Rajasthan के पास
RR?
तो Hetmar ही है बस
Ashwin.
finisher.
Ashwin.
उनका तो
अच्छा.
बटलर खेलता रहता है एंड
they-
तक तो फिनिशर के रूप में मिलता है.
भाई
हाँ,
मुझे तो
chase
पराग
के.
अश्विन और हिटमैर जैसे वापस आने के बाद खेल रहे हैं. आई डोंट हैव. मैं तो चाहता हूँ जिमी निशम को खिला दें ये लोग, ताकि एक आध ओवर भी कहीं निकालना हो तो वो निकाल सके. एंड अभी
Man, that's
हिटमैर
a
का
big.
रिदम उतना
Hetmar
अच्छा
सारे
नहीं
मैच
लगता.
जिता रहा
That's
था
a
भाई initially, and that's a very big thing to be
हाँ,
saying.
हिटमैर भाग के वापस आया. हिटमैर को लोग खिलाने वाले हैं.
हाँ.
भाग के वापस आया, लेकिन वापस आने के बाद उसका वो रिदम नहीं आ रहा है जो उसका मतलब था फर्स्ट हाफ ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट में. उसने सिंगल हैंडेडली मैचेस जिता रहा था वो. तो
ये
वो रिदम
ये
थोड़ा
राजस्थान
मिसिंग
के
है.
लिए, लेकिन हाँ, चेज में दिक्कत हो सकती है. 10 अगर बटलर अब जल्दी आउट हो गया तो दे विल बी शेकन.
And they
ये
are normally
ये
not good chasers. They are not good chasers. Today was an exception actually. Normally Jaiswal is the one player who is very calm in the chase, but today he also got out, and I felt कि पता नहीं उसके बाद भी मैच, but power play में इतना मार दिया बटलर ने कि it was very difficult for RCB to come back once you are chasing
especially
run a ball.
defending
So
150.
yeah, it's
Yeah, and honestly, it feels advantage GT to me. But yeah, let's see.
yeah. I am just glad that RR is in the finals on the big day, and अब जो भी
Yeah.
हो, I'm
After
happy that
14
this team
years.
made the. I am happy this team made the finals, and wherever Shane Warne is today, he will be looking down and smiling. And if he was there, I am sure he would have flown into Ahmedabad to see this match. And
Yeah, definitely.
so it's been an incredible season by all the RR players. They have committed to this and played very well. And I'm just happy they're in the finals and IPL finals after 15 years. It feels a long time back. तब तो शायद IPL मैंने देखा भी नहीं था 2008 वाला, but 2009 में I started supporting RR after watching that first season, and it's been a long
I
time
think it
for
will be
all
a
RR
cracking
fans.
final. I think it will be just like the last two matches, not today's match. Yeah, I think it will be close.
Yeah, it's going to be a cracker, and it's Hardik versus Sanju. अब रोहित और धोनी के जगह अब आ गए हैं हार्दिक और संजू, तो देखते हैं क्या होगा, and it will be interesting. GT is a very cool team because they have Ashish Nehra and Gary Kirsten, very cool guys in their backroom support staff, and they will be very chilled out. रेस्ट भी उनको मिल गया काफी अच्छा 3-4 दिन का, तो it's going to be interesting to see what happens, and RR will hope they continue the momentum from this match, and Josh Butler will be again very important for them. तो let's see राशिद खान का क्या इफेक्ट रहता है, उसको कैसे प्ले आउट करते हैं.
Actually, both teams have very good bowling, so क्या पता low scoring thriller or mid scoring like 150s something, because
चहल थोड़ा ऑफ द बॉइल चला गया है, अश्विन ठीक कर रहा है,
मतलब वीक लिंक नहीं है
इकोनॉमिकल
बॉलिंग में कहीं भी. जीटी के पास भी क्या वीक लिंक, दयाल अच्छा बॉलर है, ही इज नॉट बैड, सो एंड साई किशोर हैज डन वेल, सो
he's not
there is
bad
hardly
at
weak
all. I
link
mean,
in any
Sai
other
Kishore
team.
is just brilliant. Sai Kishore is just, I mean, he's been just brilliant last 5-6 matches from when he started playing. And it's very balanced team, Gujarat Titans. They have finishers till 7-8. Rajasthan a little bit lighter on they have this 6-5 philosophy. मतलब 6 batsmen और 5 bowler.
I mean,
Parag को उतना बैटिंग नहीं मिला है तो and today Riyan Parag dropped the catch by the way, so netizens will be very happy because there is lot of hate going on towards Riyan Parag right now because of his mannerisms. So let's see if he can answer his
Butler
critics.
is the
in the big
second
match.
player, right, to cross 800. Warner का 700 something था, right? 2016.
हाँ, I think Warner को क्रॉस कर दिया उसने. हाँ, and I think playoffs में आज मुझे एक और चीज पता चला कि playoffs में highest run scorer is Warner in 2016 season in a single playoff season, and today Rajat Patidar became the second highest after Warner to score. And one more interesting fact, by the way, RCB has considered most number of sixes this season. We are praising their bowling attack, but they have considered a lot of sixes actually in this tournament. So that was that, and we hope to get a good final. So any last
By the way,
words?
Chris Gayle still leads the number of centuries chart in IPL, 6 centuries. Butler and Kohli have 5. So
yeah, I wish I could have gone to Ahmedabad to watch this final and watch AR Rahman and Ranveer Singh. So I'll be tuning in at 6:25 p.m. on Sunday to watch this grand finale of IPL and hope it's going to be a cracker. By the way, I think we should do a separate preview. We'll be doing a separate preview on the Sunday morning. So yeah, we'll get more in depth into the combination of GT and RR. But RCB
maybe
and
mid innings
Lucknow,
this time for the finals.
Yeah, we can do that. And but no jinxing.
We can do a live mid innings 5 minutes. Make what are our thoughts?
Shikhar will be too nervous to do that. No, not possible.
I guess so. Yeah. Anyway, guys, it's been fun covering the IPL.
Like, I don't want to jinx anything. Mid innings.
Okay, guys. So let's meet Sunday, and we'll. But hats off to Lucknow and great team Lucknow Super Giants. I think KL is the only one to blame for all the wrong choices he made on that day. And RCB has been a great team. DK has made his way back to Indian team now, and
no, but I don't think RCB actually deserved to be there. वो DC का ही spot था, but ठीक है.
डीसी ने कुछ ज्यादा ही लास्ट ओवर एनकाउंटर्स हार गए हैं लास्ट 2-3 साल में, बट इट्स अ गुड लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस फॉर फ्यूचर इंडियन कैप्टन ऋषभ पंत. आई थिंक लूजिंग ऑल दिस लास्ट ओवर एनकाउंटर्स विल गिव हिम सम लर्निंग. आई थिंक एक में उसने टॉम करन को दे दिया था धोनी के सामने, और एक में आई थिंक अश्विन ने लास्ट ओवर किया था जिसमें राहुल त्रिपाठी ने 6 मार दिया था. एंड अगेन दैट डे अनदर लास्ट ओवर एनकाउंटर दे लॉस्ट. So that's the way it goes, and let's hope for a thrilling finale, and let's hope our heartbeats are safe in the finale. So guys, we'll end the show here.
Okay.
Bye.